Intro hook for viewers. She stood on the edge, ready to let go. No one had noticed her pain. No one had cared enough to ask. And just when she thought the world wouldn't even miss her, stranger approached, and whispered three words that shattered the silence around her heart. You won't believe what those words were, and how they brought her back from the darkest place. If you believe in the power of kindness and the strength of a simple gesture, please like, comment, and subscribe to Everyday Grace, where stories remind us that hope still lives in everyday moments. The story, it was an unusually cold morning for spring. The sky was gray, but not stormy, just the kind of gray that made everything feel a little heavier, a little quieter. Her name was Rachel. She was 27, not that birthdays mattered anymore. They had blurred together just like the months, the days, the reasons to wake up, no one could have guessed from the outside. She had a clean coat, neat shoes, and even some mascara left over from the days when she still tried. But on the inside, she was tired of pretending, tired of hurting, tired of feeling like a ghost, walking through a world that didn't see her. Rachel had once been full of life. She loved poetry. She laughed loudly in libraries and cried over sunsets. Her mother called her the girl who felt too much. But life hadn't been kind lately. After losing her job in a company layoff, things spiraled fast. Her savings ran out. Friends stopped calling, some because they didn't know what to say, others because they didn't want to deal. Her mother, the one who always understood her, had passed the year before, and the man she thought she'd marry left when the cracks began to show. Her apartment turned into four walls that echoed with silence, and silence is loud when your soul is breaking. She tried everything. Therapy she couldn't afford. Journaling that turned into scribbles of despair. Even hotlines where the voices sounded tired too, but nothing changed. No one came, and so, that morning, she walked to the old bridge on the edge of town. The place where the river ran wild and the city disappeared behind trees and fog. A place where no one would see. A place to disappear quietly, she stood at. The edge, the water below moved quickly, cold, uncaring. Endless. Rachel took a breath, but just before she took the next step, she heard footsteps, soft ones, hesitant, coming closer. She didn't turn around. She didn't want to talk. She didn't want to be saved, but the footsteps didn't stop. Then a voice, gentle, calm, unafraid. Are you okay? She didn't answer. Her body tensed. Tears were already falling, and she didn't want anyone to see her like this. Then came the three words so simple, so quiet that they barely broke the air, but somehow shattered the wall she had built around her heart. I see you. She turned, and there stood a stranger, an older woman, maybe in her 50s, wearing a faded green scarf and carrying a shopping bag. She looked ordinary, but her eyes held a weight that made Rachel freeze. I see you, the woman said again, softer this time. And you don't have to do this, Rachel didn't move. Her lips quivered, but no words came out. The woman stepped forward, slowly, carefully, like approaching a wounded bird. I've stood where you're standing, 5 years ago. On this same bridge. Rachel blinked, confused. I was tired too, the woman said. Lost my son, my world collapsed, no one knew. No one saw. But a man, just a passerby, he looked me in the eyes and said those three words. I see you. I didn't even know how badly I needed to hear it until I did. That day, instead of jumping, the woman went home. She got help. Slowly. Rebuilt her life. And now she walked that bridge often just in case someone else needed what she once did. People think the opposite of suicide is happiness, she said softly. But really, it's connection. Rachel's knees gave out, and she sank to the pavement, sobbing. The woman sat beside her. No pressure, no lectures. Just presence. That was the beginning. Rachel didn't go home that day. She went to a clinic instead, escorted by a stranger whose name she didn't even know. She got help. Real help, it. Wasn't a magic fix. There were still dark days. But now she had therapy, she had support. She had someone who saw her, asterisk, and slowly she started to see herself too. Asterisk. She began volunteering at the crisis center, writing poetry again. Sharing her story with others who thought they were invisible. 2 years later, Rachel returned to the same bridge, asterisk, but this time, not to jump, asterisk. She carried a thermos of coffee, a scarf like the one that woman had worn, and eyes open wide ready to see someone else who thought they were alone, and she whispered to the wind, I see you, in case someone needed to hear it, asterisk, and message to viewers, asterisk, to anyone who's ever felt invisible. You are not. You are seen. You are loved. You are needed, asterisk, and sometimes the smallest act, a word, a glance, a stranger's kindness can pull someone back from the edge, asterisk. If this story touched your heart, please like this video and subscribe. To Everyday Grace, asterisk, because somewhere out there someone is waiting for a light in the darkness. And maybe that light is you, asterisk, the end.